Hello, I'm Connor Ashley. I'm a financial minimalist, and today I'm going to be sharing my top tips and tricks for saving money and budgeting on any income level. I'm going to be sharing my real monthly budget so that you can see how I live every single month spending less than a minimum wage income, so that you can learn that you truly don't have to make a lot of money to be able to save money and budget accordingly. Listen, I know how it feels. You may be living paycheck to paycheck, working a low-paying job or living on minimum wage, but trust me, it is possible to save money and learn how to budget. When I was living paycheck to paycheck, I just remember being so consumed by money and worried and stressed out all the time, and I just wasn't happy. All of the traditional money saving and budgeting advice, you need to take it and throw it out the window, because today I'm gonna show you how I actually save money and how you can actually live below your means comfortably on any income. So if you sit down on your computer and Google how much money should I be saving, then you'll probably come up with the 50-30-20 rule. Now let me just tell you, please do not listen to that rule, okay? Take that rule and throw it out the window, because it is BS. Now the 50-30-20 saving rule says that 50% of your income should go towards your essentials. 30% of your income should be discretionary. Remember that, okay? Just remember that. And then 20% should be for savings. If you also look up what the average American makes every year, it's right around $50,000. If you are making $50,000, news flash for you, honey. You don't have any discretionary income. There is no discretionary income. So that 30% of discretionary income does not exist. It should not be there. I hate to break it to you, but you're probably spending too much money. So remember, 50% for essentials. Then the other 50% should be going towards saving, because if you're only making what the average American makes, you're not going to get ahead. And spending 30% of your income as discretionary is not going to help you get ahead. I am just getting worked up. I'm sorry. I will tone it down a notch. I'm just, very passionate about you guys saving money and not living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. But it is a good place to start. If you are new to this, if you haven't saved anything, start here, okay? But we need to be reaching towards a higher savings goal than 20%. And that 30% of discretionary income, listen, I don't have discretionary income. I have a very minuscule amount that I allow in my budget for discretionary purposes, because I don't make a lot of money. And if you're making what the average American makes, in my opinion, you don't have discretionary income to be spending. What you should be shooting for and what your goal should be is 50% for your essentials, 10% for discretionary, and 40% for your savings. You should be striving to save 40% of your income, because then you're going to be able to retire maybe a little bit earlier, retire much more comfortably. Money is a long, long game. So if you start now, then you're going to be better off. And if you started yesterday, you're going to be better off. And the day before that. So start now. Start now, as opposed to tomorrow, as opposed to next week, as opposed to next month. Start now, because it's a long game, and every day that you're saving and investing is another day of compounded interest. But again, if you are new to this and you don't think you make enough money right now, then shoot for the 50-30-20. So let me go over my budget with you guys. Remember, when you're making a budget, don't complicate it. Keep it very, very, very simple. And I always round up a little bit. Just keep it simple. All right. So I have $40 a month for my cell phone bill. Next is my cat and my dog. So I do $50 for my cat and my dog. I do $25 for subscriptions. This is like Netflix, Hulu, Adobe Premiere, things like that. Then I do $200 for food and drinks. Now, people may be like, well, what do you eat? I eat delicious, people. Next is transportation. I don't have a car, so my transportation is $25 a month, and that's if I don't want to take my bike. I have some money for some taxis to get me around town. Next is my entertainment. This is what I consider my discretionary income. Remember, I honestly probably don't even make enough to have discretionary income, but it's in here, and that's $50 a month, and I don't spend it every month. Sometimes if I know I want to go do something, I'll save it until I have enough money to go do that entertaining thing. Next is my housing. If you saw my house tour or my financial minimalist video, remember I spend the majority of my money on my housing because that's what makes me happiest and that's what's most important in my life. So it's important for you to figure what that is. And if you go back and watch the financial minimalist video, I talk a lot about figuring out what you want to spend your money on. So I would suggest watching that after you watch this video, and that'll help you create your budget even a little bit easier. So my housing is $700 a month. And then my last thing is I do fly kind of frequently, a couple times a year. So I do $50 for my flights a month. So the grand total for all of that is $1,140. So remember, go through your essentials. They might be a little bit different than mine, but they're going to be similar. And look at them and look at what you're actually spending. And you'll find very quickly that you're probably spending too much on certain things and you can easily cut back. Remember, if you're not making six figures, honey, you ain't rich. You can't be going to Whole Foods, all right? What you need to be doing is going to the dollar store. They have great stuff. I love the dollar store. I am a frequent patron of the dollar store because I don't make six figures. You understand? So if you don't make six figures, you probably need to look at what your expenses are, your essentials for your budget, and cut back on those things. Now you may be wondering, how do I save money? Because I'm not making any money, so how am I gonna save money? Well, if you go back to my budget, remember it's $1,140. And a good chunk of that was for discretionary spending. Federal minimum wage is $7.25, which is very, very low. In some areas it's higher. And you times that by 4, that's $1,160, okay? And for all those people, but taxes. If you're making that amount of money, you don't pay taxes. And I know, because I have made this amount of money, I'd only be saving $20. But also, I would not have any discretionary income to be spending. So I wouldn't be spending money on subscriptions. Sorry, you don't make enough money to have subscriptions. I wouldn't be spending money on entertainment. You don't make enough money to be spending money on entertainment. Same with my flights. I would eliminate those. That automatically takes $125 off of my budget every single month. So now I'm saving about $150 a month, and I'm making $7.25 an hour, working full time. Saving something is better than saving nothing. So I'll take $150 a month if that's what you can save right now. But if you're making that little money, then you need to figure out, how do I make more, right? If you can't find a job that pays you higher, then you need to figure out, how do I work more and how do I maximize that, right? So there's about another 40 hours in the week that you can work, whether that be in the early morning or in the evening or on the weekends. And guess what? It's not going to be fun, but you're making no money. If you want to actually start saving money, you need to raise your income if you're making that little amount of money. If you're happy saving $150 a month, which is, just over 10% of your income, then good on you, good for you. But that's not a sustainable way to live, and you're going to be working for the rest of your life. And that's not why you're here. You're here to stop living paycheck to paycheck, to stop getting into more and more debt, and to start saving money so that you don't have to work for the rest of your life. So if you are working minimum wage, right now you need to work more hours. And that is the only way that you're going to start earning more income to be able to save. And while you're doing that, start thinking of different ways to diversify your income or raise your income. Maybe go find a different job who pays more. Try a sales job, try a restaurant job, try all these different avenues to try to raise your income level. But I want you to remember that it is possible, right? I live a very comfortable life. I feel I'm very happy with my life and I have everything I could want. Now, if you're making what the average American makes at $50,000 a year, right around, let's just say after taxes, all of that stuff, you make $3,000 a month. So if you're on my budget, you'd be saving $1,800 every single month. That's insane. That's more than 50% of your income. Do you see? It is easy to save money, but you have to have a budget. You have to have guidelines for yourself. What happens is you have to work hard now to reap the benefits later. If you want to work hard your entire life, then by all means do that. But if you look at my budget right now, it's less than $1,200. If you're making the average American salary and after taxes you're getting $3,000 a month, you're automatically saving over 50% of your income. It is possible and you can still live a comfortable lifestyle. But what you have to do is, again, look at what your essentials are, cut back on your discretionary spending, if any, right? And then create the budget for yourself. And once you start getting in the habit of budgeting and looking at that budget every month, within 6 months, you're not even going to have to look at it anymore. You're not going to feel confined by this budget because it's already sort of a habit. So keep that in mind. Again, it's a long game. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to have, $20,000 saved up overnight. It takes a while, but at the end, it's going to be worth it. And isn't having freedom from money worth it? Wouldn't having to not worry about your income or living paycheck to paycheck or digging yourself into debt, isn't that worth it? Because you're worth it, and all you have to do is learn to budget and save your money. So what you need to do, lastly, is create your budget, put a column for your essentials, put one for your discretionary, and then whatever is left over is savings. Then you need to look at your essentials and think about how essential they really are. See what maybe you're spending too much money on in there and cutting back. Saving money is possible, and I always shoot for 40, 10, 50. 40 for essentials, 10 for discretionary, 50 for savings. But you may not be there yet, and that is okay. Get started now. Remember, it's a long game. If you start saving and investing your money right now, it's going to be worth more than if you start tomorrow. I believe in you. Whether you're working minimum wage, whether you have a ton of debt to pay off, whether you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can do it. You just have to start small. Start with creating your budget, looking at your spending, and saving as much as you possibly can. If you've made it this far, please comment down below anything you'd like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you like me, tell me you like me. I will be responding to every single comment. And if you hate me, well, tell me how much you hate me. Maybe like 20 times, 30 times, 50 times. Leave 50 comments because I'm going to be responding to all of them. Won't you be so happy knowing that I'm going to spend 50 minutes replying to each one of your 50 hate comments? Isn't that thrilling for you? So just leave a comment, anything you like down below. I'll be responding to all of them. Thank you so much for watching my video. Subscribe to the channel for more content on minimalism, finances, real estate, and investing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.